Good evening. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Jesse Thomas, filling in for Bruce Frisco tonight. It's 11:30, and this is your late CTV news. Tonight, billions of dollars. The Prime Minister is in Halifax to announce Canada's purchase of 12 new subs. Then, the price of a Maritime classic. Haddock prices rise. Will it turn fish and chips into a luxury product? And summer finally arrives after a cool start, and people are flooding to local beaches.
Live from our Maritime's News Center, this is CTV News. Here is Jesse Thomas.
Good evening. Canada is going ahead and spending billions on a massive defense project, and the event was held in Halifax today, where Prime Minister Mark Carney announced a German-based company has been selected to build 12 new submarines for the Royal Canadian Navy. The Canadian Patrol Submarine Project is being built as a step to strengthen and renew the Canadian Navy's underwater capabilities and to ensure a sustained presence in the Atlantic, Pacific, and Arctic Oceans, while promising to create thousands of jobs and drive economic opportunities for decades. The project is expected to cost more than $100 billion over its lifetime. The first of the new submarines won't be available and delivered until 2034. They'll replace the aging Victoria-class fleet. The final bids came down to two submarine builders, including these two countries, Korea and Germany. Ultimately, the German-based ThyssenKrupp Marine Systems company was selected, and the Prime Minister had this to say in Halifax.
The sovereignty of our country, bounded by 3 oceans and the world's longest coastline, depends on our maritime capabilities, and I want to salute the women and men of Canada's Navy for leading that. We need to give them the right equipment, the right tools, the right capacities to do their jobs. And first, we need to be aware of what's in, what's over, what's under our vast territory. And that's why we're investing in a new fleet of P-8 Poseidon patrol aircraft. That's why we're investing in Arctic over-the-horizon radar. Secondly, we obviously need to be able to defend those waters, which is why we're building 15 River-class destroyers and an entirely new fleet of polar icebreakers and Arctic patrol vessels. And it's why we're here today, to announce an ambitious investment in new best-in-class submarines.
And later this afternoon, Halifax Mayor Andy Fillmore spoke with CTV News after the deal for the submarines was announced, and Fillmore calls it a generational investment that will bring great economic opportunities and jobs to our region for decades to come.
Over the next 30 or 40 years, this could have a $100 billion impact on infrastructure, on the training of sailors, the supply lines, the maintenance of the submarines. All of these people that are going to be living and working here are going to need a place to call home. They're going to need an apartment or a home. They're going to need a bus or a road to get to work on. They're going to need to have a city that is affordable to live in. So we have our work cut out for us. Halifax will be ready. We do this well. We have been called upon by our federal government and by the world repeatedly throughout our history to step up and perform. We're being called again today, and I have great confidence that we will meet the call.
The winning German-Norwegian bid will be an enormous project spanning decades, as you heard, and Canada's new patrol submarines will be built by a consortium led by a company with an extensive history and record of building subs. CTV Atlantic Chief Anchor Todd Battis has some more details.
The purchase instantly puts Canada in an elite class of seafaring nations with 12 modern leading-edge weapons. The HDW Class 212 CD submarine, a term that will become familiar in the coming years. The first of the lithium battery-driven subs are expected by 2036. They'll become the front line of Canada's coastal and Arctic defense. ThyssenKrupp Marine System, TKMS, is the largest manufacturer of non-nuclear submarines. The firm currently supplies 2/3 of NATO's sub-fleet. It's that connection to NATO that might have given the bid the winning edge. 73 meters long, with up to 30 crew members. The submarines are equipped to work well with Allied forces. They feature a stealth diamond-shaped hull designed to deflect detection by sonars from anti-sub ships. The submarines will house 4 tubes for heavyweight torpedoes. The dozen subs will replace the 4 problem-plagued Victoria-class vessels bought secondhand from the UK in 1998. Only one is currently in service. The new submarines cost $20 billion. Billions more will be spent on maintenance over a lifetime of 30 to 50 years. Todd Battis, CTV News, Halifax.
And in other news, a busy section of Herring Cove Road in Halifax was closed off this evening around the dinner hour as a pedestrian was hit in the road. Halifax police responded to this section of Herring Cove Road near Melwood Avenue, not far from the Armdale Rotary. Police say a pedestrian and a driver of a motor vehicle were involved in a collision. Traffic was being rerouted in the area, but it has since been reopened to traffic. There's no word from police on any injuries or perhaps any charges at this time. And another motor vehicle collision closed this section of Dunbrack Street near Osborne Street in Halifax this evening. The 3-vehicle collision, including a sedan that you saw there that had flipped over on its roof, and there was a traffic light that was taken down. Halifax Fire, police, and emergency health responders were on the scene, and police say, despite the visuals there, no one was injured in that crash. Now, fire crews in Nova Scotia's Annapolis Valley responded to a tractor fire in a farmer's field along the dikes in Port Williams earlier today. The Greenwich Fire Department received the call just after 3:30 p.m. Deputy Fire Chief Chris McKenzie told CTV News that the fire started on a tractor working in the field, and crews were able to quickly contain the fire, which they say was limited to the tractor and around a 20-foot radius of grass that surrounded the machine. No injuries were reported. Greenwich Fire was assisted on this fire call with crews from Port Williams and nearby Wolfville and Kentville teams as well. And a Maritime favorite is costing a little more right now, with rising haddock prices forcing some restaurants to raise the price of fish and chips. CTV's Vanessa Wright has the details.
Business is bustling at Rudy and Olive's Fish and Chips. Customers seemingly unfazed by new prices.
I think it's reasonable and fair, and I've heard that there's a shortage of haddock, so it only makes sense that, you know, because it's more expensive, that they're going to have to pass their costs on in order to stay in business.
Well, a fish combo at Rudy and Olive's Fish and Chips will now cost you about $2 more, something their owner says they tried to put off for as long as they could.
It's hard to make those decisions, but if people want the fish and they want us to continue serving our product, we need to do that. So we need to stay in business. So that's a very important thing.
He says it's a direct result of their seafood supplier raising the cost of haddock by 41%, jumping from $10.95 to $15.45 per pound. Besides an old game of supply and demand, experts say the industry is also battling the cost of fuel.
It takes fuel to go and catch these fish. It takes fuel to get the bait to catch these fish. And all these costs just begin to compound.
With no end date on that issue, he says Maritimers should consider other seafood options.
Not just the consumer, but the restaurants and the chefs as well, is to step back and take a look at what the full offerings are and perhaps shift ourselves away a little bit from the standard scallop, lobster, halibut, because there are a lot of other options out there that might be priced a little bit more friendly for the consumer.
But quality is not something everyone is willing to give up.
We've been doing this for over 5.5 years, and people come to us for our quality. So, you know, there was options out there to cut the quality, but I couldn't do that. So, unfortunately, I had to pass it along to our customers, and they seem to be okay with it and understand.
Banking on that loyalty to keep customers coming back despite higher prices. Vanessa Wright, CTV News, Bedford.
And the summer heat has finally arrived, and the beaches are busy, and the timing couldn't be better for one of the Maritime's busiest tourist spots. CTV's Derek Haggett has more.
After a rainy June, beach season is back, and attendance is picking up at Parley.
Oh my God, yes, a lot more people. The beach, actually, the parking lot was full. There was a lot of people on the beach, Everything's going good so far.
Better start of July than June, so we're already seeing people coming at the beach, especially like today. It's sunny. You can see all the blue umbrellas and people on the beach, so it's definitely better this month.
The province has introduced a new daily pass that can be purchased online so sun seekers can avoid the lineups at the main gate. As for the swimming advisories that have plagued Parley in recent years, they haven't been much of an issue so far this season.
We've been lucky that swimming has been good since the beginning of the season.
Go!
Things are also warming up at the Pointe-du-Chien Wharf.
The whole area, Shediac, Parley Beach, and Pointe-du-Chien, is in great shape, and we're optimistic. And there's a lot of people staying around Canada these days, and we still have lots of friends from down south coming to see us.
We didn't have a great June last year either, but some of the locals and tourists traveling through have been getting on board because we go rain or shine.
These tourists from Rhode Island come back every summer.
We visit family, we like the beaches, and it's a good time.
There's nothing like being around the wharf and Shediac in general in the summer. It's the best place in the world.
And the area is about to get even busier because the annual Shediac Lobster Festival is well underway, with events going day and night right up until Sunday. Derek Haggett, CTV News, Shediac, New Brunswick.
And New Brunswickers want better access to water and easier access to permits. That's according to a new report released by the province. 600 people weighed in on the issue at public meetings, conversations, and an online survey. Now, a big issue was a lack of easy-to-follow information, while others called for more enforcement and better protection of drinking water sources.
People want better and stronger protection of water, long-term sustainability for our water, our drinking water, and our water in the province.
This comes as the province seeks to renew the Clean Water Act, which hasn't been updated for almost 4 decades. The Environment Minister hopes to implement some changes this time next year.
Get the Maritime's top stories, breaking news alerts, and watch live. Download the CTV News app.
All right, still to come tonight, Brianne Foley has your full maritime weather forecast. But up next, after a slow start to summer, the tourism season is in full swing.
We've been waiting for this for quite a while.
Those next few months will be make or break it for some seasonal shops and businesses. We've got those stories and more right after this break. Welcome back. Summer tourism is hitting its stride as visitors are pouring into St. Andrews by the Sea, and local businesses are happy for that. CTV's Avery McRae has the story.
There's not a parking space to be had along Water Street, a clear indicator that the summer tourism season has arrived in St. Andrews.
We've been waiting for this for quite a while.
Kathy and Ed Cody are from Maine. This marks the first time they have been to St. Andrews by the Sea since their honeymoon 44 years ago.
Weather is beautiful over here, and so is the scenery.
And the people. The people are amazing, amazingly friendly.
From now through Labor Day, tens of thousands of people will visit the charming tourist town. That includes people like Rowan Bennett, who made the hour-long drive from St. John for the day.
I love St. Andrews. It's a great place to come visit in the summer. The people are so friendly, and there's lots to do here.
Like browse at one of the dozens of unique shops that line the town's main strip. For Morgan Mitchner, who owns the nautical shop, the best part of the season is the people she meets.
It's just incredible talking to different people with different perspectives and meeting people and chatting with them and seeing people relaxed and enjoying the Maritimes, quite frankly.
Whale watching is another popular pastime here for tourists, as is grabbing a bite of fresh seafood from the Bay of Fundy along the water.
I think that we are all looking forward to it, and it's really been great for the retail restaurants and businesses downtown.
For many businesses here, the money generated over the next few months will help cover costs in the off-season. Avery McRae, CTV News, St. Andrews, New Brunswick.
All right, time for a quick break, but when we return, your complete maritime weather forecast. Brianne Foley will be with us for all your weather details. We've got more news on the way as well. Stay tuned. All right, it felt like another nice summer day, wall-to-wall sunshine. Weather specialist Brianne Foley joins us now in the Maritime Weather Center for all the details. Hey, Brianne.
Hey, Jesse. Yeah, it was a beautiful day if you were able to get out and about and enjoy some of that sunshine. We are going to see similar conditions as we head into Tuesday as well. As we can see here, a little bit of cloud cover, and we will expect to see a little bit of fog creeping in as well, especially along that Bay of Fundy coastline. So we'll see some of that fog throughout the course of Tuesday morning, but we will start to see that kind of clear out as we head a little bit later into the day. Mostly sunny conditions, though some increasing cloud cover, as I said, in parts of western Nova Scotia, as well as creeping into the central portion of the province as well. We could see some spotty showers as we head into the early hours of Wednesday morning. A low pressure system pushing up from the southern United States is coming into the region, and again will bring some scattered showers just along that coastline there in western parts of Nova Scotia for Wednesday. But as we take a look at our wind forecast, we are seeing pretty consistent winds coming from the south, only gusting up to 30 kilometers per hour. As we head throughout Tuesday, we will start to see those switch directions heading into Wednesday coming from the east, and we will start to see a little bit of an increase as well. Again, with that low pressure system coming in, of course, we will see an increase in wind gusts as we head forward. Now, taking a look at Tuesday, we are seeing sunny skies. Like I said, UV index sitting around 7, so high UV index for northern parts of New Brunswick. Into central parts, we will see that UV index hovering around the 8, so that's a very high UV index. So again, make sure you are packing some sunscreen ahead if you are heading out and about on Tuesday. Over on Prince Edward Island, we are continuing to see some sunny skies, UV index hovering around that 7, and we will see those temperatures ranging at 27, which is slightly above average for this time of year. Over in Cape Breton, mainly sunny conditions as that continues into eastern parts of Nova Scotia as well. Central parts of Nova Scotia will see a higher UV index, but a little bit of extra cloud coverage coming through, and that can be the same over in western parts of Nova Scotia. So again, it's going to be a hot one as we head throughout Tuesday. It's going to be another nice one as we can take a look here at our 7-day planner. Mainly sunny skies, high temperatures 21. We'll see that increase as we head into Wednesday and Thursday, and then we start to see a little bit of a dip in temperature as we head a little bit later into the week. Again, that low pressure system moving in behind this high pressure one is going to drop temperatures a little bit, but there is still going to be humidex values to take into consideration if you are going out. Now, in Nova Scotia, much of the same, mostly sunny conditions for Tuesday. And that chance of showers mostly in the western parts of Nova Scotia into Wednesday. And then we will see mostly a mix of sun and cloud as we head later into the week. Although those temperatures are fluctuating a little bit, they're still above average for this time of year. And over on Prince Edward Island, mainly sunny conditions, like I said, on the Gentle Island. We're seeing a high of 27, a low of 15 as we head throughout the evening. A mix of sun and cloud into Wednesday, and those conditions will remain the same over into Thursday, Jesse. So, you know, a great week to get out and about and enjoy some of that sunshine.
Yeah, no kidding. Feels like summer's finally here. Now, you'll be back for a wake-up weather later on, and we've got more news coming up, but we're going to take a quick TV timeout. Stay with us.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
People in Cape Breton have been raising a stink about garbage piling up. With the summer heat, it's a growing problem. CTV's Ryan McDonald has a closer look.
When people put their garbage at the end of the driveway on pickup day, they expect it to be gone by day's end. But for a lot of folks, it's been inconsistent.
Very unhappy about it. I mean, I had to get up and take my garbage to the dump.
Joe Stevens says his trash was left at the curb outside his Whitney Pier home last Friday, a day when the temperature reached about 30 degrees, and he wasn't the only one.
My 79-year-old sister's garbage didn't get picked up next to me. Her garbage had to go to the dump. I mean, you know, there's a lot of people older than me and how they're getting their garbage to the dump. And once it starts to smell, it ain't pretty.
Sometimes people will go multiple weeks without having their garbage collected.
District 8 Councillor Stephen McNeil says missed solid waste pickups have been a problem in his area too. It's been an issue since the Cape Breton Regional Municipality switched from a private contractor to having its own staff do the work, and McNeil has gotten plenty of complaints.
The most so far since being elected, hands down. So again, I'm really eager to go to work for our residents and get something changed here.
Because of all the inconvenience, the CBRM recently announced it would be removing the tipping fees here at the city dump for the time being, adding that people will get at least 2 weeks' notice before they are reinstated.
It's a very big deal when people's garbage doesn't get picked up. I mean, that's something we rely on. It's a service that's very important to citizens. We recognize that.
This spokesperson for the city says there have been human resources issues in the deployment of the new service, including staff and equipment shortages. She's assuring people that fixing the problem one way or another is a top priority.
I would say that almost anything could be on the table to discuss how the changes could be worked out so that we get back to service that people need.
Councillor McNeil adds that he'll put the issue forward as an agenda request for the July 30th council meeting to try and solve this for good. Ryan McDonald, CTV News, Cox Heath, Nova Scotia.
And time now for one last break, but coming up, Brianne's back with your wake-up weather. But first, we'll head a look at Lunenburg, Nova Scotia right now. We're still 17 degrees there. As I mentioned, Brianne's back with all you need to know in the morning for your wake-up weather. Stay with us. More news ahead.
It's time to register your rig for the 2026 Big Rigs, Big Hearts, Big Results Convoy. Get your crew together and participate in this day of fun for Special Olympics. The 15th annual convoy rolls through Dartmouth October 3rd. Visit truckconvoyns.ca.
All right, welcome back. Time now for a quick look at tomorrow's wake-up weather. Brianne joins us from the Weather Center for everything you need to know as you head out the door tomorrow morning.
Yes, and sunscreen is what you need to know as you head out the door tomorrow, Jesse, because we are continuing to see those sunny conditions as we head throughout the morning. A little bit of fog to start the day, especially along that Bay of Fundy coastline. But as we head later on into the day, we'll see some increasing cloud cover. But like I said, mostly sunny skies. So we will need to bring out that sunblock and a hat if you need it. But a good day to get out and about, Jesse.
All right, thanks for that, Brianne. Now, Halifax is getting a fresh coat of paint as CTV's Paul DeWitt shows us artists from around the globe are turning blank walls into giant works of art.
Hi, I'm Michael Burt, and I am the founder and organizer of the Halifax Mural Festival, and we're here beautifying the city with murals in the background here. We have 45 artists this week, all along the waterfront, the seaport, and Quinpool Road. I mean, the main point is to beautify our city and to, bring some color to some derelict spaces, and but also for the artists to really give artists a chance to do their own work. A lot of the time, especially murals, they're large and people have a big say in what's going to happen. But with this, we give them free range,
I've always been into doing art and specifically graffiti art. And then my love of doing canvases and using spray paint kind of came together in one thing.
It ends this weekend coming up on Sunday. We're going to have a closing party Saturday down at the Garrison Seaport. There'll be a lot of things for kids, free barbecue, face painting, all that sort of good fun.
All right, that's our show for tonight. Just a reminder, if you've tuned in late or if you'd like a second look at any of our stories, you can always find them on our website, ctvnewsatlantic.ca. After all, it's your home for news. I'm Jesse Thomas. Thanks for staying up with us. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you again tomorrow.